This was the exact entry point of our trade, and as you can see, it has zero retracement and it hit all our take profits simultaneously. Same principle was applied on this trade, also hitting all our take profits simultaneously as fast as it could. And now we're about to apply exact same principle to cash out at least $10,000 from the market live right now. And everything will be happening right before your eyes now in a way that you are able to repeat this exact same result. First, we'll be watching out for a trend continuation because that will mark the foundation of all our trades today. Second, we'll be identifying all our zones of market consolidation. That's where we're able to identify the exact time a breakout is about to occur. Third, we'll be monitoring our bullish and bearish engulfing candlesticks. That's where we're able to get a precise entry point. Lastly, we'll be mapping out our basic support and resistance levels of our chart. That's where we're able to understand the possible fluctuation of our chart while we are trading now. So if we just quickly check out our details, you can just see that, right? Everything is looking very good, right? And so if we go on our files, you can see all our stops here, all our details looking very good. If we should open that, you can just see all our stops looking as clean as it gets, right? So that all we'll just be doing right now is that we'll just be stopping into a trade. We'll just be trading our gold, that's our XAUUSD. We'll just be using a 15 minutes time frame and a leverage of 1 to 2,000. So that if we should combine all of our conditions that we just mentioned just now, what do you notice? You can actually see a nice trend continuation around the spot, right? But then before this, what happened? A series of consolidation was happening, and then this was the maximum zone of that consolidation, right? You can easily see that, right? So that our consolidation was just playing just right about our zone here, right? So that what did you notice? After a consolidation, boom, a trend continued, right? And then we're having first, second, and now third touch. Now what happens on third touch? There's bound to be a spike in the market, right? So that when we combine a consolidation happening, a trend that is about to continue, also merging with a third touch around the spot, meaning that this chart is just supposed to keep pushing towards the top, right? But then there's one more stuff that is holding it, another resistance level, and then that becomes the resistance level just around the spot. Remember, we have to map out our support and resistance level, so that all we're waiting for now is for this candlestick to just close above our resistance level here, after which you can easily just zoom into the straight, right? So that is exactly what we're having currently. You can easily just see this right now. If we should map this out now, what do you notice? It has broken above our resistance level around the spot now, right? Looking very clean because a candlestick has not created above that. So that what can we do now? We can easily just zoom into the street now, right? Okay, I'm actually still having a capital of about 1.5k. So what I want to do, I just want to go into okay, let me just use a lot size of 1. So I'll just go into my first trade, and that'll be my second trade, right? Of 1 lot size. Okay, let me just go into another one. Okay. So what's my frame margin? About 900, right? Okay, let me try going to another one. Okay, this will be the last one. Now, guys, remember, the reason why I'm stocking kind of like a lot of trades like this is because 5 lot sizes on my 1.5k account is kind of like on the high side. But then we're actually trying to hit a target within the next 60 minutes at most, right? Maximum, right? That's what we're trying to do. But then when you're trading on your own, you don't have to like use crazy lot sizes like this. You can just use 0.1 and then maybe just place in like 3 trades, or you can just use just 1 position of 0.3. That's the okay, nothing bad like that, right? But then I'm actually just placing this because we have a target that we need to hit at least within the next 60 minutes or so, or maybe give or take 60 minutes, right? So yeah, so that's what we are just doing currently, guys. But then where I'll just be looking at for my stop loss now will just be around the zone. So I'll just be looking at towards the zone as my stop loss. Now I would have loved to place in my stop loss around here, but I want to place it just around my resistance zone around the spot here, right? Because now we have a resistance zone around the spot. So because of that, I would just want to place my stop loss around that zone. And based on the lot size I'm also using, in case it drops down and hits my stop loss or anything, I can easily still have more than enough capital to go for a range, right? So that's just the reason for that. But currently, we're already in profit, right? So this is actually running just over $200 already, which is actually smooth, by the way, which is actually smooth. Now, let's hope we don't get any form of retracement. So the chart has still just been pushing really nicely. trade from what you can see here. So this is just roughly about 2.6k. That's what we're running currently around here, right? Which is actually great because we had like complete zero retracement, following all our principles, right? So we are having complete zero retracement. Now this is what I was waiting for. So a new candlestick actually just got created, and then it created it just above our internal, just around the zone here, right? So because of that, I would just want to add maybe like 1 or 2 more trades. By the way, let me just go with maybe like I want to go with 2 lot sizes this time around. So I'll actually be risking my profit, some of my profit this time around. So I'll just go with like 1, 2. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me just add 1 more trade. Let me just add 1 more trade for the meantime. Okay, so that's like 3 trades of 2. Okay, I won't add any more. We have enough free margin. We have enough free margin. Okay, let me just add 1 more. That'll be the last. I'm not adding any more trade. I think that wasn't triggered. So let me just place it again. Okay, yeah. So that's it. So now we're having about 4 trades of 2 lot sizes each, right? Also now all we are risking is just our profit. So if this stuff starts maybe dropping crazily against us, and then our profit goes to 0, that's it, right? We're out of the trade. But then we'll just be looking at towards around this zone now, as a stop loss, maybe around the zone. So maybe by the time you get to the zone, our profit might be around 0 already. But then we just watch and just see how it goes. By the way, as regards our maximum take profit, we are trying to watch out. We're trying to watch out around the zone, just around the spot here, right? This should be maybe our last take profit or so, right? Just around the spot. But usually with this type of momentum, it should push above it somehow. But if it doesn't, this is just the zone we'll be having, right? So maybe as it crosses our zone, all we are now waiting for is just maybe a rejection or something, and then we just zoom off our trade smoothly, just like that. By the way, those on our private channel, they are already in this trade as I'm talking to you. They're already in this trade. I think their first take profit, and I think their first and second take profit, or just the first take profit, has already been hit, right? I think just the first take profit or so has already been hit, by the way. So we are not just going to this trade alone, right? So those on the private channel, I think some part of this trade was also shared in the free channel just in case. So everyone is actually cashing out from this trade. So it's not like I'm just trading it alone, right? So other guys in the private channel, also in the free channel, they're actually cashing out. And if you want to join the free channel, the link is actually down below also. So technically, we've been able to hit a target, and we've even elapsed our target, right? We've crossed over our target, and we're literally running just over 11k currently. Is still running nice profit. I haven't really closed the trade because of the momentum. The momentum is actually really impressive. It's actually really impressive. So by the way, a first take profit, a second take profit, and also a third take profit on our private channel has now been hit, right? So I guess some part of this trade was also shared in the free channel. I think from our first or second take profit or so. From our first take profit, this trade was also shared in our free channel, like I already told you. So if you are not part of our free channel, the link is actually down below. Just hit on the link and actually just be part of our free channel. So all our take profits have actually been hit now on a private channel. Okay, so I'm still just holding this trade. I don't know how much is possible in this trade. That's why I'm still holding it. We've already hit a target. If I notice maybe any crazy stuff that wants to drop below our target of 10k, that'll be it. I will just zoom off the trade. So we're just running over 15k currently. It actually hit 16k, but it seems like we're getting some form of rejection now around the spot there. It seems like that's what we're having now. Some form of rejection happening right now. Let's try zooming that. Yeah, so you can see that seems like we're having some form of rejection that is actually happening on our charts, right? So I don't want us to push this because it seems like we're having 15k now. It has dropped to around 14. Might have to leave this trade. It was actually 16 before, and then dropped to 50 and now 14. We're still just chilled because we've already hit a target, but then it's still getting rejected, right? Still getting rejected. Okay, still just playing around. Now, by the way, we're using 1 to 2,000. So if you notice, the movement of our trades are actually kind of like massive. It's why we need to be precise and make sure that every single condition is actually met before going into our trade, right? So yeah, so that's it. And then if you want to use the broker, the link is actually in the description box there. Also, you can easily just use that. So our fluctuation is still just playing within our 14k. It seems like it's going back to our 15k. I'm just trying to be a bit patient. Maybe once it hit our 15k again, maybe I'll zoom off the trade. I'm thinking when it hit 15k again, I'm zooming off this trade. It's almost getting there because it was actually running about 16k and I just held it, but seems like we're getting a bit of rejection, right? Already, and okay, this is dropping back again. Okay. Okay, seems like it's still getting, the price is still getting rejected. So if it drops anything below, at 14, I'm shutting down all trades. If it drops anything below 40, I'm shutting down all trades. If it drops anything below 40, I'm shutting down. Okay, that's it. Okay, guys, so that's it. I'm out. That's it. I'm out of this trade. So technically, it was actually very smooth because we're able to push about 1.5k through to about 15k, things like that. Now, guys, remember, you can't keep trading like this indefinitely, right? Because for you to take a trade like this, the market just has to be like extremely perfect, meaning that you can't do this like every day or something like that. You have to make sure you wait for the markets to be just as perfect as this, right? You notice we had a series of consolidation first. After that, what did we notice next? We noticed that it pushed up from around the zone, normal breakout, came back to give a retest. Now we see that the trend actually continues. So we're having a continuation of our trend. And then when we mapped it out, we saw our first touch, our second touch, and then when it dropped back down to give us our third touch, that was when we stormed into the trade. And so I would have loved to keep storming into more trades and keep going, but we can't keep going indefinitely because the more we stock in more trades, the more possibility that if the chart reverses, we're going to lose all profit, and then that can also affect our capital. So we can't just keep trading like that, right, indefinitely like that. So because of that, immediately as we started seeing some rejection, right, we just had to zoom off the trade, right? So this was actually a very smooth one. This was actually very perfect. So we're able to push about 1.5k through to about $15,000 smoothly, just like that. So that's roughly like 10 times of our accounts, that 10 times of what we're having, even though our target was just $10,000. We achieved this within just 45 minutes or so, if you should calculate our candlesticks. And lastly, like I already said, we're using a leverage of 1 to 2,000, meaning that was a lot of risk to begin with. And then we're also using lot sizes of about 1 and 2 lot sizes, and then we're having multiple positions. Now, if you've not understand the basic principles or all the conditions completely, I would advise you to start from just lower lot sizes, because this involves a lot of risk. Trying to push an account from 1.5k through to over $15,000, it means that you have to start gradually. You don't have to do this within 45 minutes like I did here. You can decide to do this within a day. You can decide to do this within 2 days. You can decide to do this within a week. You can give yourself as much time as possible. And then with time, as you gain mastery as to how this actually works, then you can easily reduce the amount of time that you used to achieve this exact same time. All right, just remember, for every single video that can hit over 1,000 likes, I'll be coming back to that very video, running through the comment section, and I'll be selecting 3 random traders that I'll be funding $3,000 each, just like that. If you're new to this channel, just remember to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and also remember to turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any videos that I'll be dropping out from this place. It's a bye from me, guys. I'm Mr. P. Peace.